Oh yeah,
Oh
you
man.
mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We are live with the Health, Love, and Life show. And this is Coach Arnie and Health, Love, and Life and Adventure. And tonight we are going to be talking with a special guest of mine. And for those of you that need to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me through my email. You can go to coacharnie.com. You can go to epicadventures dot info. Or you can email me at arniefonseca@gmail.com. So, but we're going to be talking about the Grand Canyon again tonight with my special guest and friend, Enrico. And how do you say your last name, Enrico?
It's Bagayawa.
Bagayawa.
Yes.
I like that. All right. And I already had talked to him earlier because I had made an epic mistake because I thought for whatever reason I had a brain fart thinking that this was your first R3.
Yeah.
But you did go in October because I remember we talked a lot about it because it was right after I went, I think, in October. Because I went on the 9th, I think. And did you guys go after that or before that?
I want to say the 23rd.
Yeah, because I went on the 9th because my daughter was having a baby.
Right, I think I remember, yeah.
And so I had to go earlier because we were going to try to kind of time that too,
right.
And it just didn't work out. So, but we want to talk to you because Enrico and I have kind of an interesting relationship and how we met. A couple years ago, I was doing a crazy adventure at the only thing that has my number right now, to a point, is a place called Mount San Jacinto in Palm Springs. And my second time doing it, I did it the first time. I did great. I mean, I did okay because I went up and down. And that's the trick is coming down, right? The trick is coming down. And but this time I made it to the top, but I got lost. My GPS went out on me. I got lost coming down. It was like a mess. And then I ran into these guys that saved me. And basically they got me down to the tram. And I remember, I was thinking about it the other day. I remember when I got to the tram, I was with George.
Right.
And I said, maybe I should go for it and go down. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, nah. He goes, why don't you save it for another day? And I go, okay. So I got on the tram with George. Were you on the tram at that time?
Yeah,
you were on
the
tram.
You
were on the tram
and ride all the way to the
to the car,
to the museum.
Yeah. And so I know it was crazy. And then we started talking about just different things over the last couple of years, and they got excited about the Grand Canyon. And so they planned a trip last summer for their first trip. And you had an ankle injury. You were recovering from an ankle injury, right?
Yeah, I broke my ankle a week before we're planning on, when we plan on doing it. It was July, I think.
Yeah. And you still went down to Phantom Ranch.
Yeah,
right?
And back.
That was kind of, but that was smart though.
Smart
that you didn't try to keep going.
Yeah, I really just took my time, We probably got up there like around, I don't know, noon. I mean, not noon, I'm sorry, midnight.
Because you and Angel came back up, right?
Then came back on October.
No, but both you guys.
Oh yeah, we did.
Came up that night, back from Phantom Ranch.
Right.
Okay.
We're gonna go. Yeah, I was just gonna slow everyone down,
Yeah. Well, but you got to experience that this time.
Right.
Yeah. So why don't you? So you guys did an R3, which is a rim to rim to rim. You started on South Kaibab this time?
Yes.
South Kaibab. How did you guys get there? Did you have two cars?
We had two cars. Yeah.
Okay.
There was a lot of us. There was like what?
Did
7,
you
8? 7.
How many?
7 or 8 people.
You had 7 people?
7, yeah, I think 7 or 8, yeah. And there was
so
a couple that went with us, so they had the other car on the other side.
I'm assuming you guys had 2 rooms in Tucson. Are you guys all piled into one?
Right, right. No, the couple stayed at Williams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. And then, so you parked. Did you guys park at South Kaibab?
we did our cars. Yeah, our van actually.
Yeah. Okay. You had a van. You parked it there.
Yeah.
So you got lucky. You got a spot, right?
Yeah, we usually park at the same spot where that little camping was it a
Yeah.
campground? Was that a campground? A little campground there?
Oh, so
Where
it's
there's a
past the
restroom?
trailhead.
Where's this a restroom? You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about? By the street.
Yeah. But it's past the trailhead a little bit.
Right. Yep.
Oh, you guys parked there.
Right. Yeah.
You're not supposed to.
That's you're not supposed to, huh?
Mm-mm.
You're supposed to just park in the street, huh?
Yeah, or not at all. But because the
That's
bus.
what the ranger told us. We can park on.
No, we can because the bus system is so bad right now.
Oh, okay.
Because they only allow 15 people on a bus. I was trying to get a ride from the visitor center when I went a month ago, and I ended up having to walk 2.5 miles to the trailhead because it was going to be an hour and a half just to get on the bus.
Yeah.
I said, "The heck with that! I'm gonna
Oh
get out of here."
wow. No. Yeah.
So I walked. I kind of jogged over in 30 minutes and
Mhm.
started. But yeah, so they're allowing you to park. I would have. I tried. I drove past there first to see but it was so crowded.
Oh.
It was great. What time did you guys get to the park?
Around 4-ish.
In the
We're
afternoon?
initially supposed to start at 3, and then you know how that goes.
You guys always get there late.
Yeah.
You guys are always
we
running.
wanted initially.
Last time, the first time you did it, remember George and everybody? You guys didn't get started until like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, but me and Angel, we did it. We
Yeah,
started
you were a little
on time.
more organized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was just 2 of us.
Yeah.
Kind of gets a little complicated when there's a lot of.
Yeah, whenever there's a big group, I mean that's what I try to
Right.
tell people. I mean, it's this takes a lot of planning,
Planning.
more than people think, right? Well, you got your hotel, and then you got where you're going to start, and then, I mean, in your situation this time, you knew somebody had an injury, right?
Yeah.
So what were you thinking when it wasn't Angel? Who was it this time?
Oh, Benji.
Benji.
Yeah.
So you knew Benji had an injury,
Mm-hmm.
and you had 7, 8 other people there.
Uh-huh.
And everybody knew Benji had an injury, right?
Yeah.
So what was the conversation around Benji's injury?
No, it was fine. He was fine until we got to the Phantom Ranch going back, coming out of
No, I get
Bright
it.
Angel.
Yeah, but you were
Because
fine.
that's the
You
time
went for
when
it
he's
too.
just like, he's already beat, and I mean, the body's just like, I'm beat. I mean, I don't have any injury. I mean, I'm still like healing my ankle, but it wasn't bothering me. I was fine. But the guy, he wasn't. So, and the other guys took off. Bright Angel, the other 2, they left us. I mean, I can see them from way at the top. You know how you like go in the canyon and you see people going up. Yeah, so they were already up there, and I was like, we're not gonna chase them.
How long did it take you from Phantom Ranch
Ooh.
to the top?
Oh God, 5 hours probably.
That's not a nightmare. That's just long.
Oh yeah. It was not. I mean, we just took a lot of breaks and took a lot of pictures, and then on top of that,
Then you couldn't take any. But after a while, you couldn't take any pictures.
Huh?
It was too dark.
No. In the beginning, that's why we.
Yeah.
That's why he got us. I mean,
And maybe, well, who knows? Maybe that's why his foot acted up because he was
a lot of
stopping.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's hard to say.
I don't know, but we were both tired, But I try to keep him at the pace where hey, I don't want to, I don't want to stay until 6 in the morning, because it was already like when I was looking at the time, I was like, man, it's 1 something already.
You're going on a day, man. You're going on 24 hours, huh?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was more time on my feet, so that's why I was really, really tired. Like.
Yeah, because that's 5 hours longer than you need to.
Yeah. Well, the first time I did
17 hours, right?
Hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a different story than 22-ish hours.
But you know what? I'm assuming that he appreciated that you hung
Oh
in there.
yeah. No, he's very grateful, and I appreciate it too. I mean, because I had a different experience. It was more of a sublime experience. Because I get to like look at the full moon that day,
I know.
that night. I get to look at the, listen to like, everything that's going on around you. I'm just, I don't
That
know.
reminds me. Yeah, that reminds me of my first trip with my daughter and my son-in-law.
Oh really?
We came. We were, we didn't know what we were doing, so we were kind of running this thing. And actually, we were running. My daughter and I were running past Cottonwood. It was 32 miles, and I remember feeling pretty good. And we got past Cottonwood, and we looked behind, and her husband, who's a 3-time Ironman at the time, 3-time Ironman.
Yeah.
And I looked back, and I saw him bend over and start throwing up.
Yeah.
And I went, "Oh shit, this is not a good sign."
Mm-hmm.
And so we stopped.
Not a good sign.
Well, she went back and checked him and asked him, and he just said, "I don't feel good." And so then, okay, so I'm thinking, okay, so plan B. So we started walking, and because we wanted to get to Phantom Ranch and get some lemonade, because we had never been there before. Yeah,
I wanted that too.
So we're cruising in there. We had no idea about the times, how it's open at certain times, closed certain times.
Right.
So we get there, and I think we missed the canteen being open by like 30 minutes or something like that. So we get there, and we walked it in, and I was kind of jogging up and running up and back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And while they were walking, because when you're walking, when you have to walk, it's a slow walk.
Right.
It's not like power walking, right?
Yeah.
So we cruise into Phantom Ranch, and I'm kind of like, okay, I'm worried because it's the Grand Canyon. Got to get out of there.
Gotta get out of there.
It's my first time down there, and I'm feeling pretty good. And I remember sitting there and waiting. Finally, he came over to one of the tables that I was sitting at, and he goes, he looked at me and he goes, if I could stay here, I would. And I go,
oh, he was that beat.
Oh yeah. And I go, I know, but you can't. He goes, I know.
Right.
And so probably another half an hour, literally. And he goes, and he's like, he was all fired up. Okay, let's go. He was trying to talk himself into it, right? And we headed out, and we got around the, where the little boathouse is when you come around that.
Oh yeah.
The river trail, that little boat restroom there.
Yeah.
He got past there in the first water crossing. He was dunking himself in the water, cooling down a little bit. It was October, and after that, it was over. He was toast. It was toast, and it was a nightmare. And we only had. I didn't have climbing poles. We didn't know anything about it. He brought 2. So him and his wife shared one pole. And when she got to Indian Gardens, she started hurting Enrique because remember what you and I talked about earlier? Her pace got so broken up from stopping so much. It was too much time on her feet. And her legs started really hurting bad. Wow. And so from Indian Gardens up, which is not easy, is it? No.
The whole by Angel is not easy.
It was a nightmare, dude. It was an absolute. So I was doing what you were doing with what's his name again?
Benji, yeah.
Benji. I would go up there and wait, turn my light because all my GPS stopped working. I didn't have any extra batteries. My headlamp was dying. No extra batteries. I mean, we're just rookies, just total rookies. And so I turn everything off and just sit there and listen to the wind.
Right.
And just wait. And then when I heard this, here's what I heard. Oh, they were moaning, man.
That was your buddy.
Yeah, they were moaning. They were in pain. Both of them.
Yeah.
And we got out of there. Check this out. So we started at 4, but we got out of there at 5 minutes to 11. And we parked the car right there, not in because we didn't know where to park. We parked along the street there by the Bright Angel Lodge. And so I ran and got the van, came and picked them up. And then we headed over to the Maziak eating food court. And they were closing because 11 o'clock they closed. And I got 2 pizzas and they gave me some drinks. She did it as a favor because they were closed. And I brought them back to the van because they couldn't get out of the van. They were so sore they couldn't get out of the van. and then I was worried that they wouldn't want to do it again. So I got up the next morning, went for a walk and stuff, and I came back and they said, we want to do it again. I go, all right, because I was really freaked out they wouldn't want to do it again because it was so bad. I mean, it was bad.
Oh yeah, it wasn't bad. Ours wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was just long.
Yeah, and I think it's different when you're not sick.
Yeah, no, Benji wasn't sick. He was just like very slow. And he would always just occasionally talk about, oh, it's my plantar, man. I'm so sorry. I mean, you go ahead if you wanna, go up there. I was like, nah, man, I'm not gonna leave you here. I'm enjoying my time.
But nobody cares about the time anyways, unless you're freaking Jim Walmsley. No one cares.
I was like, those guys, we're gonna get there when we get there, and they're gonna wait for us in the van. They can sleep if they want to. I mean, there's no rush.
What was the temperature like on? Was it Saturday?
Perfect. It was nice. It was nice and cool. I mean, there's a lot of wind.
That's what I heard. Some people were telling me that the wind was really crazy.
It was crazy, but it wasn't nothing like I've ever experienced in the mountains over here in California. But it was fine. I mean, it's manageable. I mean, it's not like you can. It was like 10, 15.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah,
that's not too bad.
But then, and then it was warm. It was warm going up. It wasn't, I mean, there was occasional wind that would, but it was warm. It was nice.
Yeah, so down at the bottom.
Weather, huh?
So, because you guys got over to the North Rim about noon. What time? 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes.
Oh. It was pretty cool over there, though, right?
Yeah, it was still.
Somebody said the water was running. Was the water running on the north?
It's nice and cool, nice and cold.
Was there any snow still left in the ground? A little bit?
No more snow. A little bit, little patches, nothing on the trail. But
the water wasn't running at Supai, was it?
No.
Supai Tunnel? No.
No. Wait, where?
Supai Tunnel, that little tunnel going up to the North Rim, about 1.5 miles down from the bottom.
Oh yeah, the falls.
Was the water running?
Yeah.
The drinking fountain?
Huh?
There's a drinking fountain right there. Was that running?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's where I took a nap. No, it wasn't.
You took a nap,
bathroom, right? The one with the restroom.
Yeah, there's a bathroom there.
Yeah, that big rock. I took a nap there while the guys were, doing their.
Yeah, that's an area that I always stop if I'm having cramping problems.
Yeah,
I always just kind of because there's those big rocks right there. You can
right. Yeah, I was hanging out there, just enjoying it. I was enjoying my time. I mean, because it wasn't that day. I wasn't shooting for the time. I was more like, okay, I'm hanging out with these guys. These guys are fun. I mean, there's an element of challenge at the same time. We were all pushing each other, but we were taking so much pictures, Arnie, you wouldn't believe it. Because but
that's a big. So the whole group did it.
Yeah, we did all. Yeah,
that's amazing.
We were the last ones to go get out. Me and Benji. The first one was Pedro and the couple. They gone in their own little group, and then George and Enrique went together, and then me and Benji together, So
that sounds really cool. Now, you guys this is part of your, because I saw your pictures where you guys were doing. It was somebody's birthday, wasn't it? Was it George's birthday?
It was Pedro, and that day was Pedro's birthday, and then the other day was Enrique's birthday. So we were celebrating both.
So you guys had those. Where'd you have the costumes at?
Oh yeah, no, we got George. George is the one that got them.
Was somebody carrying those in the pack, or did you guys do that before?
Yeah.
Really?
No, that was the day before.
The
afternoon before. Yeah, right when we got there, we did that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just went to one of the lookouts. It was a nice lookout, and then we just hang out there. We got some cheesecake. Yeah, we're just celebrating, dancing. We're crazy.
That was pretty cool, though. Good for you guys. Yeah. What a nice way to what a great way, because you guys are part of like your own little hiking group, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because you guys always are doing all the
we're always out in the mountains every weekend. So what
are those mountains over there? The San Bernardino? What are they mountains?
Now the San Gregorios are open.
What are they?
Well, the ones that we usually go to is Iron Mountain, Mount Baldy. You know, those are the mountains that are like good for training. When we go
How
there
close to San Jacinto is Mount
and then
Baldy?
San Jacinto, yeah, and San Jacinto.
How close to San Jacinto is Mount Baldy?
About an hour, maybe more.
In towards LA, right?
Yes, towards LA.
Inland.
Yes.
Inland.
Yeah, it's close to where I live. You know, I mean, it's like
because you're in from San Jacinto, right?
Yeah, I'm an hour in.
You just work in Palm Springs,
right?
Okay. Hey, Enrico, I want you to hold on for a minute. We're going to take a quick little break here, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
And she's going to run a little spot, so hang on, okay?
Okay. Ooh, what you doing? We're almost done.
All right, we are back with Enrico, and we are talking the Grand Canyon. We are talking about his second R3 adventure, even though that's your it's your fourth time there, right?
Yeah.
Fourth time.
Fourth time.
So basically what we're talking about here is so many different things can happen at the Grand Canyon. And I love your spirit and how you just kind of roll with the punches,
right?
And just had a good time, because so many people go there. I have a friend who's going to be going up there when I go in May 21st. And look, I'm all about mindset. I'm all about goals and all that good stuff. But he is bound and determined, Enrico, to do 16 hours.
Oh, wow. That's a good goal.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
And he's bound and determined. He has listened to me, and he's doing some different things this time in his training. Mm-hmm. I think this is his fourth crack at it. And I've got him to at least learn how that he can't run the whole thing, and to be a little more strategic with some power hiking and some fast walking. And I've had him work on things and, use your brain a little bit. And so he's at least learning, because I said, if you can just get to Phantom Ranch and have some energy left, kind of like my son-in-law, he just did a 100K here, but it wasn't even 100K. They changed it because of COVID. So basically it was a 50 miler. And I guess he was kind of dying a little bit. And I was talking to his wife, my daughter, and I said, listen, when he gets to 12 miles, which is 38 miles, 12 miles left, I go, get him on the phone with me, because she had phone service. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to hear anything about the heat. I didn't want to hear any excuses. All I wanted to know is one thing. Do you have some energy left in the tank? Right? Because you know what I'm talking about. If you get to Phantom Ranch and you feel like you've got some juice, you can go.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. But if you get to Phantom Ranch
Yeah.
If you get to Phantom Ranch and you're kind of dead,
Don't
there's
don't push it.
not much you can do, right?
The objective now is to get out.
Is just to get out. You're just going to survive and get out. And
And
so he said, I got it. And so I just told him, I said, focus on, you know, you got nothing to worry about. Just go and give it all you got, because your wife's there to pick up the pieces, you know, because if you got it, go for it. If that's what you want to do. And that's what I told this guy. I said, but if you don't follow your plan, which a lot of people don't, they run down South Kaibab, then they run across the bottom, then they work hard on the North Rim, then they come running down the North Rim, and then from Pump House to Phantom Ranch, it's very runnable, huh?
Right.
And that kind of sucks you in.
Time, yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm going to make up all kind of time. Here's what I tell people, Enrico. Tell me if I'm wrong. If you cut back a minute per mile, a minute. So from Pump House to Phantom Ranch, that's 9 minutes. You can make up 9 minutes on Bright Angel really fast.
Right.
Power hiking. But you can lose a ton of time on Bright Angel if you're dead.
Yeah, right. If you're tired.
So that 1 minute that they're wanting to make up time is going to cost them everything on Bright Angel.
No, that's true.
But it's a mindset thing. And I told him that because you get so sucked in because you think you can run that. I know.
It's very tempting. It's tempting.
It's very tempting. Are you kidding me? Everybody wants to do that.
I want to run there.
Yeah. Because then you think, well, I'll deal with that uphill. No, you're not. You're not going to deal with nothing.
Oh, yeah, right.
That uphill is going to slap you down, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's relentless. It is. It's just relentless. You know, and I've been coming up South Kaibab. Like this time, if this guy doesn't go with me, I'm going to go back up South Kaibab again.
Oh.
Because I want to own South Kaibab.
It's just there's no water source there. That's the only.
There's no water, but I've got my 3 bottles. Yeah, I got 3 bottles, and I'll be fine. Yeah. I think 75 ounces is plenty of water on Kaibab.
Going up. Because it's only like
what?
How much is it? 7 miles, huh?
7 miles. Yeah. It's just that it's pretty relentless. I
didn't feel it though. When I did South, when I went.
Oh, you went back up south. You've gone up Kaibab.
Yeah, I didn't feel what everyone's talking about. I mean, maybe because I'm tired. I mean, not tired.
But you know what? You guys do a lot of elevation work, man.
But Bright Angel's hard.
Yeah, you know what? Look, there's 2 spots. Well, Devil's Corkscrew will work you, but it's not even a mile. Devil's Corkscrew is not even a mile. Okay, and then you go into Indian Gardens, and then when you go up from Indian Gardens to 3 Mile, that you go through Jacob's Ladder, that kind of like windy thing.
Oh, okay.
Jacob's Ladder.
Is that what it's called? Okay.
That's kind of tough, right?
Right.
And then from 3 Mile to 1.5 is pretty tough too.
Yeah. Right.
That is pretty tough. And what makes it tough is you're tired.
That's it. Yeah.
Because if you look at it, you know it's the steeper than any of that is the museum trail at San Jacinto.
Oh yeah, that's steep.
That's 1,500. That's 1,500 feet in a mile.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
That's
right
like
go up, shoot up.
Straight up. I know. So the key here to all of this, look, I think, is be in shape like you guys are for the most part, because you guys are out there, and then having a plan. And unless you're Jim Walmsley, and you can unless you can just like these guys, they go until it falls apart.
Right. No,
we can't do that.
I'm not like that. Yeah, I don't have that kind of.
No, we're not. But you're not 27 years old either.
No, exactly. Not only that, you know. I mean, what am I doing? You know, I'm putting stress on my adrenals. You know, I mean.
Oh my God.
I don't want that.
No, and so that's my biggest worry for this guy, because when you start to worry about that time, you got to get that time.
Right.
It wears on you, man. You tighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
And you tighten up, man. And that's my only fear for him Instead, I said, look, and he's videotaping too. I go, look, man, give yourself a break. You're taking videotape. You're doing something epic. Give yourself a break. And so what if you don't make it in 16 hours? The idea, if you come out of there with energy, my coach taught me many years ago, Enrique, if you can come out wanting to do more, then you had a good workout, a good adventure.
Right, exactly.
If you can look back on Bright Angel and say, I could have done that faster.
Done more,
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I know I want to be respectful of your time. You said you may have to cut out.
Yeah.
How are you on time?
Yeah. Soon.
Okay. You let me know. But so for you guys, did you guys have a strategic plan? Did you have a time? What were you guys talking about?
No, we're shooting for like 18 hours.
Okay.
18,
which is pretty normal.
Yeah. We thought
I always go with that time.
And then but when we were talking about that, I was just thinking in my head, sure.
Well,
I know my guys, you know, I mean, they're gonna want to take pictures.
I know.
First time,
I know.
You know,
it's true.
I mean, I know how it is. You know, when I first got into Grand Canyon, I was like, pictures. I mean, I would.
Well, yeah, when you get to the North Rim, you're sitting up there. It's beautiful. You don't want to just take off,
right?
You know, you enjoy it up there for a few minutes, get something to eat, right? And then
Cool
and then when you get back to Phantom Ranch again, you're like, oh, well, this is cool, right? And people spend, here's another half an hour here, half an hour there. Pretty soon, that's real time.
Yeah. It was a long time. I mean,
well, and that's good. So that's a reasonable time, 18 hours, which is pretty normal. That's why when Benedict, and I think I told you guys this, when my friend Benedict and I, who taught me a lot about the Grand Canyon, we went there one time 2 years ago in January, and our goal was to walk it.
Okay, yeah.
And we walked it in 18 hours.
Wow. Yeah, you mentioned that to me. Yeah.
So it's doable, but we didn't spend a lot of time, even though he did.
Yeah.
He's like a ranger. He's like going with a ranger, but we walked it. Some jogging here and there, but we walked it. So I know it's like when I trained for my hundreds, I would go out and spend hours, Enrico, walking,
right,
to prove to myself that if all else failed,
I have this. Yeah,
I can walk.
Right,
I can walk and not be dying.
Yeah.
So at the canyon, if I can walk the Grand Canyon in 18 hours and take pictures and talk to people, what the heck?
Why not? Yeah, why not? That's my ultimate goal. It's probably to do it by myself, like a solo, I know. That's when I usually push, is when I'm by myself, because
right, like I do it. Exactly. When I go there in the night, especially in the middle of the night, when you do it solo,
right?
It's just you and
you
follow your plan.
Yeah.
You're not sitting there chit-chatting. There's no one else to talk to. You just go. And that's what I did. That's what I do. And I like that.
Right.
I like that. And then you can push yourself coming out of there. You can grind. You can do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll do that. You'll do the same thing. And then you can kind of test yourself a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. And the more you do it, here's what's going to happen. The more you do it, Enrico, the canyon gets smaller.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
Just like you guys. One of the things that I envy about you guys, because you've done San Jacinto so many times. To you guys, San Jacinto is not that big.
Right. Yeah. Because we've done it. Yeah.
And you know the trail. You know the stupidity of that trail, don't you?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, turn right here. And that's a green arrow, right? Like you have the green arrows, the white arrows, all the different arrows. You know them all, don't you?
Right.
I'm like going, okay, where am I going? Especially when it's dark, right?
Yeah, especially when it's dark. Yeah.
I know. And so that's what drives me crazy about that. Because if I lived over there, I'd be on that damn trail all the time. I would memorize that son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Me too. I mean, I got, I'm pretty good at it already. I can do that, by myself,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just fun when you do it with someone that, is going to try to.
Exactly. And that's why now I've done enough solos. Don't get me wrong.
Uh,
I am confident with solos at the canyon because if all else fails and I have a trip, I'm going.
right.
Because things happen. Like Benji hurt his foot, you hurt your foot before. Things come up in their families, and they go, "Oh, I can't go," and you're going to go, "I'm going," because you can do it. Because you haven't done it yet, but you will, and then you'll go, "Oh, I'm fine." Now, I've got news for you. When I went a month ago, and there was 2 feet of snow up there, and and I said, "Okay, I'm going solo. I'm going at night." And I know there's snow on the north rim.
Oh, yeah.
So I did think about it. Believe me, I thought about that. Okay, what am I in here for? What's going to happen, right? So there was that little bit of fear because I didn't know what I was in for. I knew I felt good, and so when I hit the north rim, I was cruising, and I remember I was halfway up before the sun even went down. But when I got to Supai Tunnel, it just seems shorter. The whole north rim seems shorter. And I got to Supai Tunnel, and then it was all snow.
Wow.
So
I can see that.
And it was pretty thick at Supai. And then and it got thicker and thicker, and I didn't put on my spikes at all until I got to the top. And at the top, it was, where you guys walk up to the trash cans at the north. All that whole area, all those steps there, buried in snow.
We can't even see it out there.
Couldn't even see it. So there was some tracks around it. So I didn't want to go towards the steps because I didn't want to post hole through there and fall off the step or something,
Right.
So I followed these steps to the side, and so the snow is up to my waist.
Oh my. Yeah.
Yeah, because I went over to the trash can. And here's what saved me. No wind.
Oh, that would have been worse.
No wind. Thank God. Oh man,
Nice
it would have been. Oh, I've been up there in October where my hands got frostbite just from the wind.
Yeah, I know. I can imagine. Yeah.
So, because it was in the 20s up there, but with no wind, it was just in the 20s. Not a big deal. So when I came down, and that's right before I got hurt. But I remember coming down, I told myself, "Man, I'm feeling really good."
Mm-hmm.
You have one of those days where you just feel good.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And so that's when weird shit happens, though.
Work well for you. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's when I hurt my leg. But it's all good. But I'm by myself.
Yeah.
So I get to do my own thing, set my own pace, and but here's what I noticed though, and you're going to see the same thing. The canyon's just going to continue to shrink for you.
The more you do it,
The more you do it, you're gonna feel better about that. And then you're gonna be able to, when you go with people, you'll be able to slow down like you did with Benji, and teach them how to enjoy the canyon.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what's so cool about it because you don't have to be there every time for Enrico.
No. That's what I said. I did my time already. I did my time last time.
Well, just like that's your daughter there, right?
No, my niece.
Niece. Okay, I keep saying that. But wouldn't it be neat one day to be able to take her down there?
No, she asked me, "Would you take me there next time when I'm going? When I'm older?"
I've done it with my grandson and my nephew. Mm-hmm. 2 of my best trips.
See,
I know
that would be nice.
2 of my best trips.
She's ready because she's already thinking about. I mean, she's obsessing with.
She could do it. If you teach her right, down to the river, down to Phantom Ranch, have something to eat, and come back up. That would be she would remember that forever.
Right.
I know. But see, that's the kind of things you can do that you guys can do because of how because of your lifestyle.
Right.
And you can share that. But versus if you have to go there every time and have a certain time, that's no fun. That's training.
Right.
Yeah.
Just right now, I'm just like, I'm just happy that I'm doing this. I was able to finish safely. I'm just happy that I've done the Grand Canyon. Second time or fourth time.
Yeah, but you and Benji created a great memory though.
Oh yeah, we were talking like
You guys will never forget that because when you're 80 years old, he'll go, "Hey man, remember that time at the canyon when I messed up my foot and you hung with me, dude? That was so
the whole
cool.
time.
I didn't, I'm serious. He'll remember that the rest of his life.
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, I
He
remember
will.
that. Yeah.
I promise you, he will.
Mm-hmm.
And you did that. You did that. And that's just like with her. I know this because when I took my grandson, his dad was the one, my son-in-law, who got sick the first time. And he didn't want to go with us. And after that, I know for a fact that he was upset that he didn't go.
Oh yeah.
Because he didn't get to experience that time with his son.
Yeah, right. That's what you're right. Because that's special. I mean,
it is special. Especially in a place
like
like that, the Grand Canyon. I mean, everybody knows the Grand Canyon.
Right.
I mean, not everybody knows San Jacinto or some of these places, and that's cool. That's for us crazy people who know that kind of stuff. But the Grand Canyon, everybody knows the Grand Canyon, right? Or like
not only that, it's just you go inside the canyon.
I know.
You immerse yourself in that. That environment is so beautiful.
It's different.
You can't help but feel.
And people, you meet different people, and
exactly
so many different. Like it's so different from the South Rim to the bottom,
right,
to the North Rim, right? It's just different.
Serious folks on the North Rim. LA on the South is more like there's a lot of like tourists, that are going down for a few miles going up.
Yeah, and then you get to see some animals. I'm sure you guys saw deer.
I saw some like a little cute owl. I don't know if you ever.
Hey, being that you were at night, I guarantee you saw those little ringtail cats too, didn't you?
Yeah, a lot of those. Yeah, are those cats? I thought there was.
I think they're. I don't know what they are. Ringtail something.
Yeah,
they're pretty big.
Yeah. I thought it was like, oh my gosh, is that like me and George were like?
They have those green eyes that stare at you in the dark.
Yeah, I was like, is that a little baby mountain lion? I mean, that's not cool if that's a baby mountain lion. If the mom is around.
Lately, the last 2 months, people were reporting that they saw a cat on Bright Angel.
That could be
mountain lion, whatever. They're down there.
Really?
They're not going to hang around Bright Angel.
I don't think so.
No, they're going to, because that's not what they. Hey, look, the trip I went with that guy where we walked it. I don't know if I ever told you this story, but we got to the North Rim and we met a guy that was running it, and his friends kind of bailed out on him. So he goes, "Hey, did you see what I saw down at Cottonwood?" I go, "What's that?" He goes, I heard this noise it was early in the morning, like 6 o'clock, because we passed there just before that. And he goes, I heard something off the trail there at Cottonwood. And I go, "What'd you hear?" He goes, "Well, I heard something." So I went through there, and literally 10, 15 feet from the trail, I saw a lion had just killed a deer and was dragging it. And I go, "You're kidding me." And I'm going, "Holy crap."
That could have been you guys.
So Benedict and I are going through there, and we're like looking around for blood or something. Because Cottonwood, they're camping right there on the trail, practically.
Right.
All those tents are right there, right?
Uh-huh.
And so we're looking all over the place for blood or something. And then we thought, well, chances are somebody reported it, and the rangers, because the ranger station's right there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And they probably came and removed it, the deer, because they can't have that laying
they just left the deer there? I mean, the lion just left the deer?
Well, here's what lions will do. They'll either bury it or they put it up in a tree.
Right. Uh-huh.
They either bury it or put it in a tree, and then they come back.
Yeah. Oh, so there's lions there, huh?
I learned that my first night crossing in the summer, 3 years ago, 3 years ago. And this guy bailed out on me at the North Rim, and I was pissed off, right? So I'm coming back down. We're almost done here. I'm coming back down, and there's a sign there right at the trailhead of the North Rim, and it says, look out for mountain lions.
Oh.
It's right there. It's a little sign.
Yeah.
And I went, there's mountain lions down here?
Uh-huh.
And I said, holy shit. Never thought about that. And I came home and I Googled it. And sure as shit, there's mountain lions down here.
Good to know. Yeah.
You know, it's such a big place and there's so much food down there for them.
Yeah.
They're not going to be, unless it's a sick young male,
right,
or you run across a mama.
Yeah.
You're not going to see a mountain lion.
Yeah.
You're just not going to see it. Hey, listen, Enrico, I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
You've been awesome. You're a good friend and a fellow adventurer. And I appreciate you, my friend, and for sharing your story with us today. And I just want to say thanks. I appreciate you, man.
All right, Arnie. We'll talk later.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
No
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys.